Welcome back. Before we take a look at the day's business news, let's take a look at the stock indices across the GCC. And in our top business story, His Highness Sheikh Khaled bin Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qassimi and His Excellency Sheikh Khaled bin Abdullah bin Sultan Al Qassimi, Chairman of Sharjah Ports Authority, attended the ceremony of Sharjah-based port management company's announcement of global expansion. Sheikh Khaled bin Sultan Al Qassimi and Sheikh Khaled bin Abdullah Al Qassimi unveiled the new identity of Gulftainer, along with Badr Jaffa, Vice Chairman of Gulftainer. As part of its plans for global expansion, Gulftainer aims to operate 35 terminals across 5 continents by 2020. The company officials added that the move should eventually increase the current container handling capacity from 6 million to 18 million TEUs annually, which will allow them to handle more than 10,000 vessel calls each year. Gulftainer is currently regarded as one of the largest terminal operator in terms of the number of terminals operated, with its presence in several countries including the UAE, Iraq, Pakistan, Russia, Brazil, Lebanon, Turkey and Saudi Arabia. According to Badr Jaffa, with the expansion plans of 2020, the company aims to place itself as one of the top 6 global container terminal operators, which will give the UAE's port industry a global recognition.
Today we operate around 6 million containers a year, but we project in the next 6 years to be able to operate up to 18 million containers and be in 35 terminals worldwide. So in many ways, we like to see it as a homegrown success story from humble beginnings that has managed to now replicate its model globally and taking part of Sharjah and part of the UAE onto a global platform. So the UAE has really already sort of given itself a name and created for itself a reputation as a global hub. However, there is tremendous expansion to be had, not just in the ports in Sharjah on the east and west coast, but of course the ports in Dubai and more recently now the ports in Abu Dhabi, which also have projections to be built up. So there's plenty of opportunity for expansion, and I think with announcements such as the Dubai 2020 Expo, we will see an increase in the demand required for efficient operations for ports and logistics in the UAE.
Inflation edged up 1.8% compared with November 2012. That's according to the Statistics Centre in Abu Dhabi. Prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages went up by 3.8%, the same amount as the clothing, footwear, furnishings and household equipment groups. Restaurants and hotel prices rose 3.7%. The agency said consumer prices escalated by 0.1% last month from October. Inflation reached 1.1% in the capital last year, the 4th year in a row of subdued inflation. Inflationary pressures have remained muted since the global financial crisis as a result of slack consumer demand and weakness in the property market. But economists expect prices to creep higher next year as the population grows and activity heats up in the housing market. According to the Statistics Centre, inflation edged up by 1.2% during the first 11 months of the year, compared with the same period last year. Food prices were the largest single driver of higher prices, contributing 24% to the rise. Prices of vegetables rose by 7.6%, coffee, tea and cocoa by 6.1%, and fruits by 2.7%. Transport and clothing and footwear were the sectors contributing the next biggest jump in prices. According to the findings of a new report, urbanization and smart cities will drive the changing dynamics for the energy and environment markets, with a growing percentage of the global population living in cities and urban areas in coming decades. The report by Frost & Sullivan outlines its 3 big predictions for the global energy and environment market and is based on a 2013 Search for Growth survey, which involved 1,835 executives in more than 40 countries globally. The report warned that higher concentrations of populations with higher incomes are fraught with challenges, including increasing waste and pollution generated by a growing middle class that will consume more goods, resources, energy and water, driving awareness for the need for cleaner, more efficient energy and transportation. The report added that smart cities that can better use existing resources through improved monitoring controls and coordination of services and infrastructure, can improve quality of life for residents and attract more businesses. Frost & Sullivan has also identified the top 10 technologies and markets to watch for in 2020. These are energy efficiency and smart buildings, LED lighting revolution, small-scale distributed generation, smart grid and smart energy, advanced batteries and energy storage, energy harvesting, energy recovery from waste, and gas-powered innovations. Gulf Film has announced the appointment of a new Grand Cinema CEO to drive its next phase of expansion in the Middle East. Debbie Stanford Christiansen has been named as CEO of the largest chain of cinemas in the region. The announcement comes as Grand Cinema launches the next phase in its ongoing regional expansion, beginning with 66 new screens and 3 IMAX theatre systems to be unveiled by 2014. Acquired in 2012 by Qatar Media Services as part of the Gulf Film Group, Grand Cinemas operates 101 screens in the UAE and Jordan. The company's expansion plans will see 4 new theatres launched within the next year in Abu Dhabi's World Trade Center and Dubai's Dragon Mart, as well as flagship cinemas in the Pearl, Qatar and Muharraq Mall in Bahrain. Gulfim recently revealed joint plans with IMAX Corporation to introduce 3 new IMAX screens in the Middle East to be located in Qatar, Bahrain and existing multiplex in Dubai.